Hey, hey, it's Vanessa-Mary, your favorite well-being healer, coming in finally live and direct from Nottingham. Welcome back to another episode of my podcast, Leading with Heart. Just to let you know that this podcast is shining the light on the everyday journey of family-owned business. So this could be a self-employed mom or dad, or it could be brothers and sisters working together, cousins working together. You make that fit your life. What I'm interested in the episode is the human side of leadership. I want to know the stories, the struggles, the strengths. I want to know what's shaping the business. We're working hard within our enterprise to leave a legacy for our family. So we have open conversations. We talk about emotional well-being. We talk about strategy, sales, succession planning, but we are honest about how it feels to balance family life with the business. The guests that I have on here, they are heart-led. They're offering insights. They're offering expertise and encouragement and inspiration to the viewers. So if you're walking a similar path, then you are in the right place. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I am absolutely delighted to have another wonderful guest with me. She's actually a member of the Seeds community, so we have been working closely together. Her name is Sandra. I'm going to put her on the stage here. Hi, Sandra.
Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, my dear. You know, I never checked in with you how to pronounce your surname, but you haven't got it on the screen anyway. How do I pronounce your surname there?
It's Chiororo.
Chiororo. Okay, lovely. So
Yes.
thank you so much for joining us. As we can see, you're from Modern Life Healthcare. Get it right, Vanessa. You introduce yourself, Sandra. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do in your business.
Right, my name is Sandra. I'm a nurse. I have been practicing, I've been working in the NHS for over 25 years now. I'm also a mom, and I run Modern Life Healthcare, which is a respite care business in Nottingham. The reason why I chose this path is because as a nurse, I understand the rewarding part of caring for someone, and I also value the rest that comes and the importance of rest that comes with it. I have been a carer for work, as in being a nurse in the NHS, and also a carer for my family as well. And I find that even when I take that time away, I'm more recharged and more strengthened to carry on what I'm doing. So that's where the respite bit comes from. So I help carers, people that look after their loved ones, their neighbors, their friends, their partners, their mothers, their fathers, have a little rest. So when they want time off, can it be for 2 hours for a coffee break with their friends, or a few days, or an hour, or a night, or even 10 days or a month, whatever it is, the time that they need to step back for a bit, take a break, and come back and recharge.
It's such a perfect service. Thank you so much for sharing what you do. I'm absolutely
Thank you.
delighted that our paths has crossed. We've met
Okay.
each other through networking.
Mhm.
I'm, so honored that you've given me an opportunity to work closely with you by coming
Pleasure.
into the Seeds community.
Mhm.
And that's helped me to understand more about what you do, the
Mhm.
importance of what you do as well.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just to share for the audience, you know this yourself, but my daughter is a nurse.
Mhm.
So I know how hard the nursing profession is working to look after people who are coming into hospital for
Mhm.
operations, procedures, that type of thing.
Mhm.
On a personal level, my own mother does have carers. Okay.
Mhm.
So again, I see it from that side, people coming into her home to provide care for her. My
Mhm.
mum at the moment is in hospital. She is getting better. But
Mhm.
as her
Fantastic.
only daughter, I am thinking,
Mhm.
I'm going to have to play my role in
Mhm.
caring for my mum.
Yes.
As a family, we are lucky because we do have the medical expertise of my daughter as well.
Also,
But
yes.
got her daughters, so I'm a grandmother. I don't want to put everything onto my daughter. So I really love what you're doing in the sense of, like you said, carers need a break. It
Right.
might be a short-term break, or you might
Yes.
want to go on holiday. You might want to go
Mm,
away for a few days, half a
mm,
day,
mm-hmm,
and then
mm-hmm,
you're thinking, well, how do I, still provide high quality care to
mm-hmm.
my loved ones? So we're going to find out more about how you are supporting local carers a little bit later, Sandra. But
Mm-hmm.
as anybody who's tuning in knows, that on this podcast, I like to talk to my guests around the SEEDS framework. So we
Mm-hmm.
are going to start with the S, and we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about strategy, the support network, and sales. So, Sandra,
Perfect.
let's talk strategy. You've given us a little bit of background as to why you've formulated modern life healthcare. Do you
Mm-hmm.
want to tell us, because I know you work with your partner, so do you want to tell us
Yes.
about how all of that came together, and the vision that you've got moving forward, please?
Yes. Oh, with my partner. When we first started with the business and or we were thinking about, to start with, like I said, I mentioned about my background as a nurse, and my partner, he's got a son who suffers with autism, and so he's always looked after him because he's on this almost severe, moderate to severe spectrum. So he
Right.
needs a lot of care. He basically needs 24-hour care, and
Mm.
we've had to put him to full-time residential care now, because his needs were a bit more than what they could cope with. But with that, he's gained a lot of experience and also appreciated how important respite is, because he was also having to go for respite while he was staying at home, because he was being looked after by his mum, but we were having him every other weekend, and some of the times he was having to go for respite care. And we saw the value of, what it meant, even though we were giving the mother respite when he came to ours every other weekend, but we also saw the positives of what it was, not only to the mother or to us, but also even to him, because he was going to a different place, and even at that respite place they were doing other things with him, taking him out and doing all sorts of things, which is actually where my strategy as well comes in, that I'm going to, with my respite care, the things I'm going to implement in that respite care, because of what I saw was benefiting from our son, was that, he was going out, they would take pictures of taking him out, feeding the ducks, enjoying nature, going for little breaks, those kind of things as well with my partner. So my partner comes in, he helps, we sit down, he goes out sometimes to sit in with the carers, but mainly it's me, and I've also got some carers that help with it with that as well.
Wow. So this is incredible. I wasn't aware of that personal story. So thank you so much for sharing that, Sandra.
Mm,
And, even within our family, I've got my little boy who's on the autistic spectrum. And it's one of those things where I feel like for us as a family, we are just adapting to my son's needs. We home
mm,
educate him. And
mm,
I am very much aware, like if anybody who does networking, so I had Eloise on the
mm,
program a couple of days ago who does a lot of networking in the evening, and I'm like, oh well, I
mm,
can't do networking in the evening. Anything in the day, then yes, you'll see me there, but in the evening,
mm,
in terms of actually finding support and someone to look after Zenta, we don't do that. My daughter
mm,
will babysit, but other from that, nobody else babysits for him. But I
mm,
definitely hear what you're saying, that actually when
mm,
you've had that first-hand experience,
mm,
you are then looking at things from a different perspective
mm,
as well. So I love that, and thank
mm,
you so much for sharing.
mm,
So let's talk about the support
mm,
network. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to talk
mm,
about it
mm,
more
mm,
from the family side or from the business side. But
mm.
a support network is crucial, wouldn't you say?
100%, 100%. And it's I'm blessed to have Steve as well, who we support each other. He, you know, he's got his strengths and that I lack, and I've got my strength that he lacks. So together we make a good team. We've also got people, friends and family around who also support us as well. I'm in a group with other care providers. So I get when I want that kind of support from them, I get that. And also in with the foreign as well, with other entrepreneurs, that networking side is also very, very helpful. So I get quite a good, well-rounded support network. And soon to
Brilliant.
start coffee mornings. Mm,
Yeah, so we'll talk about that shortly. We do have some people viewing us on the live. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. If you wanted to
mm,
leave us a comment, we would really appreciate that. I will show your comment on the screen here. But yeah, a support network is for me very, very important, whether it's in my business and whether it's in my family life.
mm.
Um, so essentially, you and Stephen are a family run business. You're working
Yes.
together. I know you're
Mm,
extremely busy because you
mm,
are still working as a nurse
mm,
and
mm.
you're a property investor as
Yes.
well. So we won't
Yes.
go
Yeah.
into that much
Mm,
much here today because I
mm.
really want to focus on modern life healthcare.
Mm.
But I feel that, how would you be able to achieve all of this if you didn't have a beautiful support
Support.
network around
Mm,
you?
mm. Yeah.
You
True.
know?
True. Mm.
And I know that is it girls that you've got? Is it daughters
I've
that
got
you
I've
have?
got two daughters. Yes. Yeah. I've got two daughters.
And
22 and 14. Yeah. And
ah,
Steve has got
right.
two sons, 21, and the one who's gone into care is 16.
Wow. So very
Mm.
busy family
Very,
family
very
life
busy.
as well.
Very, very busy.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm,
So, when we're talking about
mm,
building a business, we have to be thinking about sales. It's really important.
mm,
And I feel that
mm,
when you're more in the caring sector, people might feel like,
mm,
oh, are you, doing this voluntary, and more or less try and pick
mhm,
your brains and not pay you for your
mm,
worth and things like that. But,
mm,
we're
mm,
not in the voluntary sector. Personally, I've done my
mm,
years in the voluntary sector. I'm still very
mm,
happy to contribute and shed my expertise over there, but we are in
mm,
the commercial business. Now,
mm,
for the modern life healthcare, this is a more of a newer venture, isn't it, Sandra?
mm. Yes. Yeah.
What you're doing. So you're still
Mm,
getting the word out and
mm,
establishing yourself and your
mm.
services. So
Yeah.
let's tell the audience about the introduction and the coffee mornings that you are organizing.
Yeah, so we're going to be holding our very first coffee morning for the carers, the unpaid carers, at Badger Box. It's in Derby Road in Nottinghamshire. This one is a free event, free to attend, and it's open to everybody who's a carer, whoever you care for. We don't discriminate, whether it's a neighbor, a friend, a family member, or anybody, but it's open to everybody, and you just need to buy your refreshments. But the aim is just to build a community or support network as well of community, because caring for somebody can also be very, very lonely. They're saying that there's a lot of carers. They're saying in the country there's over 1 million carers, people that care for
Wow.
their own loved ones. Not we're talking about nurses or paid carers, the
No, we're
unpaid
talking
carers.
about loved
But
ones. Yeah.
the yeah, but they say that the number is even higher than most, because some people are carers, but they don't. Nobody else. They don't wanna. They don't. They don't take part in those surveys. They don't. Nobody
Surveys.
knows who they are, and they're unpaid as well. So people don't realize what they're doing at home. But so the whole idea is just to get the whole community together, and obviously it will help with getting modern life out there as well, so people know
Yeah.
that we are there for support should they need us. But yeah, but primarily it's just to help, to give back in the community as well while we are doing it.
Fantastic. So it has
Mhm.
got that social side, it's got that community side. And like you said,
Mm,
it is an introduction to your services so that if people do want to engage with you, then
mm,
you're forming that relationship with them. So I
yes.
love it.
Mm,
Absolutely. Well
mhm,
done. So let's talk now about the E of emotional well-being. Now, you are obviously a heart-led woman. You've gone into nursing as a
mm,
profession. I don't
yeah.
feel like you could go into nursing unless you've got a big
Yeah.
heart, you want to
Mm,
care for people. But
mm, you
I'm
need it.
actually
Yeah.
interested. It's funny because you have then now set up the respite service, so you're giving to
Mm,
somebody else. But I'm interested in
yes.
Sandra and your emotional well-being, my dear. Do you want to
Mm.
tell us a little bit about how you are looking after yourself?
I try to exercise. That's uh, I've been lately, I'm not gonna lie, lately for the past maybe 2 weeks or so, because I've been busy with the property and training and setting up the business as well. It's not been as good as I should be, but I still try and do a little walking. I've got a gym in the garage that I go and do some weights and stuff like that. I've got a very supportive family, even including my sister. I'm very close with my sisters, and we've got a little WhatsApp group, and we catch up, and we catch up with each other and just check in. And very soon I'm going away with them as a girls trip, just for me to tune out, to take my own break, my own respite. Yeah, I do emotionally. I try to have as many people around me who are supportive. Like this morning, I'm just coming from having a little coffee with an investor friend in who is in different in property. But it's something that I like to just emotionally align myself with people. That even though I'm doing things as a business, I also like to enjoy it and put the social side to it as well if I can.
So that's really good. So
Mm.
what I'm hearing is for you, communication and connection is part
Mm.
of your emotional well-being. So I
Yeah.
really love that. And obviously
I'm
we've
also
just
sorry to say, I'm also a Christian, so church is a big thing as well, which helps with my
Ah,
emotional space.
fantastic. So I'll put community again. So that
Mm,
goes
mm,
back to the support network, which is fine.
mm,
It's a good lead into what I was going to say, i.e., that you have just come into the Seeds community as a member. And we had
mm.
you had your first group session with me on Sunday.
Yes, yeah.
And
Mm.
you could already see how even in that environment connections were being made and ideas and collaboration. We won't
Yes,
give it
yes,
away just quite yet, but there's a
yes.
collaboration already forming, isn't
In
there?
order, yes, yes, yes.
Well done, Sandra. I love it.
Exciting times. Yeah, yeah.
Exciting times. So now we're going to talk about the second E, which is energy alignment. Now, this for me is more on the physical side. Okay, so for me today, I've done Pilates, I've been for a walk. Tomorrow it might be the gym. I know that I have to move my body daily.
Mm,
Actually, I don't know if you've come into the other part of the WhatsApp community where we post about our exercise. But this week I've been
mm,
doing dance workouts at home. If I haven't quite caught up with my steps for the day, I've just been putting
mm.
on like 90s dance music and
Nice,
like dance hall reggae,
nice, nice, nice. I
and
can
do some
imagine that.
steps, do some
Yeah.
steps in
Mm,
the bedroom. But it's all
mm,
good fun. What I want people to really take away, hopefully, is that, we do need to keep our body moving. My
mm,
Pilates today, my instructor, I'm going to give her a shout out, Christiana. Thank you so much for
mm,
today's session.
mm.
She's even said like it was the best session that we've done together so far. The pain that I was
Wow.
feeling, which was mainly in my hip flexor, is really
Mm,
it's not completely gone, but it's
mm.
not as painful.
Wow.
So
Mm,
I
mm,
feel that, if we can move, then please do move, because if you
mm.
don't move, you will lose it. So our muscle
Yes.
tone will go down, the
Mm,
stiffness will start coming in. And
mm,
if we're talking about wellness overall,
mm,
how moving the body makes you feel, it's
mm,
actually fantastic. And it's fantastic for your emotional well-being as well. So I don't know if you
mm.
wanted to add to that at all, Sandra.
think you spoken what you spoken. Honestly, moving is important, especially for me as a nurse, as you know, for the anatomy and physiology side as well. I know the importance of of moving, of exercise. It's good. It's good for you. Yeah.
Definitely. So let's
Mm,
keep this moving. I feel like I'm just going to do a quick plug for my WhatsApp community. It's a free group.
mm,
If you don't want to be posting
mm,
selfies about being in the gym, maybe you felt a bit conscious or you're just thinking, oh, I'm bored of seeing other people's selfies, but you actually
mm,
do want that accountability around your
mm,
exercise. I've got a free WhatsApp community. It's called Virtual Fitness Buddies. If
mm.
you don't post in there, there's no judgment. If you post in there, you'll get a thumbs up, you'll get a heart. If I've got time, I might write you a few words, but it's a place where we can share and keep accountable. So I'll put the link for that into the comments underneath this platform.
I'm
All
going.
right.
I'm definitely gonna join that. I'm gonna be taking part of that because I think, like I mentioned, that I'm slowing down a little bit with my exercise, but I love being accountable. And when you're in a group where you're
Accountability.
the accountability group, and then you see Vanessa posting, so and so posting, you think, oh my god, I need to get up from here and do something. So yeah, I think that will help me with my exercise routine as well. So I'm gonna join
Yeah,
that.
I mean, let's just talk about accountability for a moment here. We
Mm,
can go it alone. There is nothing
mm,
wrong with
mm.
doing things on your own, but
Yes.
I do
Mm.
feel, I've been doing
Better. Mm,
wellness, well-being coaching, and I now
mm,
describe myself as a healer because I'm doing more things, go deeper. But
mm.
fundamentally, when people work in groups and you are with like-minded individuals, you
People.
will go faster and you will go
100%.
for the distance as well.
100%. 100%.
You really will. It's like
Mm,
today, I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh gosh, do I want to do my Pilates?
mm, mm,
I don't know if she's going to listen to this, but I was like, oh, do I really want to do it? But actually,
mm,
being on the call, having that encouragement, she even
mm,
said, oh, you're sitting up really nice and straight. This is really good
mm,
for your spine, because she was
mm,
explaining that as we get older, then we're kind of like
mm.
being crunched
Blush. Yeah.
in.
Mm,
It's not
mm,
good. So again,
mm.
getting that encouragement made me feel good. And then, of
Yeah.
course, I can post about it in the group later.
Yes.
Get some
Yeah.
hearts and thumbs
Brilliant.
up.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. I really like that.
That's a bit of an endorphin hit for me. So
Yes.
let's talk now about direction and decisions. So
Mm,
let's talk about it in terms of modern life healthcare. You're starting with your coffee morning. This is going to be
mhm.
a regular event, isn't it?
Yes. Monthly. Monthly. Yeah. It's gonna be a
And I
monthly
know
event.
I know the Badger Box. So that's
Mm-hmm.
more, you've described it as Nottinghamshire, but I would say that that's like Mansfield.
It's yeah, yeah, but it's in Kirkby, Nashville, though.
Yeah, Kirkby and
Mm,
Ashfield. And
yeah.
it's got to the motorway. So anybody who's trying to get there
Mm,
from the motorway. So I live in
mm,
Bestwood in
yeah.
Nottingham. So
Mm,
I would say anybody around Bestwood, Hucknall.
mm-hmm.
I don't know what the other areas are that way. It's a
Um,
good, it's got a good oh gosh, what's it called? Transportation links.
yes, yes, yes. Quite central. It's quite
Quite
central, yeah.
central. It's a
For
good
yeah, for somebody,
location.
yeah. It's just off
Mm,
the junction 27, so it's not far from there. It's
exactly.
quite central. Mm.
Yeah, brilliant. So that's once a month. I'm not going to name her here on this live, but I was speaking to someone yesterday in the Nottingham area who is a carer. I told her about what you're doing and she was very excited. So I said,
Oh,
well, she's only just getting started. She's going to start off,
yes.
well, I called it Mansfield, like the
Mm.
Mansfield
It's
area.
you can call it that, yeah. Mm.
But I said, when she's ready, we'll get her back over this way in Nottingham.
All right. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah.
So
Don't
just to
mind.
say, if you are viewing this from the Nottingham or the Mansfield area and you are a carer or you know of a carer and this
Mm,
sounds good, maybe you're not ready
mm,
for the first event, and that's the
mm.
13th of October, isn't it, Sandra?
Yes. Yeah. Monday, 13th. Yes. Mm.
At 11 o'clock?
11:30. 11:30
11:30.
to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I'm going to put the details of the first event underneath the
Mm.
comments here. If you can attend, please do,
Please.
click that button, let Sandra know that you're coming. But what I wanted to say is if you
Mm.
can't attend, but this sounds
Yes.
good, then I will leave Sandra's details
Mm.
underneath. please do send her a message,
Yes.
send her an email. She's also
Yeah.
going to have a WhatsApp community, aren't you, Sandra?
Yes. Yeah. WhatsApp group. Yes, for carers. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's going to be a free
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp group if you want to join the
Yes.
group so that you can
Mm-hmm.
get to know Sandra, get to know
Mm-hmm.
other people in the group. Then you will get the
Mm-hmm.
notifications of when the
When.
next coffee morning is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is good. So this is part of the direction that
Mm-hmm.
Sandra is doing as part of her plan, that she's going to have
Mm-hmm.
this regular coffee morning. Is there anything else
Yes.
that you wanted to add, Sandra, around the direction of modern life healthcare and, you know, where you see things developing in the future?
Yeah, just to add on to the coffee morning, it's you've kind of touched on it a little bit. Like I can there'll be opportunities for me to. It's not going to be just at Budget Box only. I'm plan to change the locations, and not only the locations, but also like the event. The setup of the coffee morning. I'm planning to make it like even some of it maybe like it'll be a day out. Some of it will be like something different. It'll be a different activity for the coffee morning, something to look for people to look forward to as well. So it will depend on when people come and what they suggest. So we'll probably do a suggestion box for the carers that come and see what they expect from the group. And also now the direction for Modern Life as a business as well, besides the coffee morning, is we're hoping on providing a service. We're looking at in future for a building where people will, because I hear a lot of carers saying that they might not be very comfortable to get carers in their houses, but they prefer to go and drop their loved ones somewhere else when they're having a break. So we're looking on having a building for Modern Life Healthcare respite care, where they can either come maybe for a few hours or overnight or for a few days or whatever suits the people. But that's going to be maybe in the near future, maybe in 3-4 months, depending on the demand and supply. The other thing we're going to do, which is in the very very near future, is we not only are we going to provide respite, as in we can come into your house and stay with the carer for the time, that for the duration that you want us to. We can also provide a service where we can get them out, take them out of the house, take them for a walk, take them for a coffee. So take your loved one for somewhere else as well. So it depends on what your needs are. What we want to do with Modern Life is to tailor made to everybody, not to suit our needs, but to suit the carer and the cared person's needs.
It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, I do appreciate that it has to be tailored to the individual family and their circumstances. But I
Mm,
do like the idea, like you
mm,
said, some people,
mm,
respite for them might mean I can take my loved one
mm.
somewhere and then I can be at home, you know, relaxing in my own home for a couple of hours or doing some cleaning
Yes,
or having
yes.
friends round or whatever they want to do. So yeah, I love that.
Mm,
So
mm,
all together, it's
mm.
exciting times. You know, if you said that you're going to be
Writing, yeah.
organizing different day trips, but the focus, so it's
Mm,
two elements then, isn't it? The respite is
mm,
for the individual who needs the care, but you've also
mm-hmm.
got this community that you're building for the
For the
carers.
carers. Yes.
Excellent. I
Mm,
love it. I love it. It's so
mm,
exciting. So,
mm,
decision making. I mean, if you wanted to talk about this in the wider sense, you're a mum, you're a
mm,
nurse, you're a property developer, you're a business
mm,
owner.
mm.
How do you juggle all of this? How do you blend all of this? You know, how do you keep on track?
I would like to say I'm amazing at all this, but
You
I
are
think
amazing.
it's a work in progress. But I've got certain systems in place that help me do it, and like I said, it's a work in progress. So I can see when I look back, I can see the changes that the positive changes it's helping me with. Things like I've systemized a few things, and I've also found that my calendar is my best friend. If I'm organizing something, if there's an event, and on my day as well, I block out. If I'm organizing something, I block that day and the time that's required for me to do it, so that if I'm making any more plans in the future, it will remind me. And like I say, I've got all these things. I wear so many heads. I've got a care business. I've got a property business. I'm a mom. I'm a nurse as well. I go and work as a nurse as well. So there are so many things. So I tend to just block out, schedule my time when I'm off in future to make. I have to be organized, so I have to plan my things way in advance and block it out. Otherwise, I'll miss some very important things. But yeah, it's a work in progress, and I'm getting there though. I can see the system working.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I've written down the word being organized. I think it is
Mm,
crucial. We can start very
mm,
slowly. Some people
mm,
say, "Oh, I'm not an organized man," or "I'm not an organized
mm,
woman." Well, it just starts really having that focus.
mm,
I'm
mm,
going back to pen and paper, my book.
mm, mm.
Just keeping it simple. So I do realize that
Yeah.
there's different devices and people have this
Mm.
going on. I do find notifications on the phone helps me as well.
Yes.
So what I have started to do is if I book an appointment with somebody, I will use the reminder in my phone
Mm,
to
mm.
give me an alert 5 minutes
Yes.
before.
Yes.
Because I'm one of these, Sandra. I'll be like typing
Translates too
away, or
much.
like, oh my gosh, I'm supposed to. So I like
Mm,
to have that reminder pop up 5 minutes before. It's like, oh
mm,
yeah, I'm going to be doing this. So we
mm.
do find different tools to help us. Brilliant.
Yes.
And I'm just going to give the Seeds community a little plug here because I've developed my own tool. It's called the Business Health Check. And this
Mm-hmm.
is a very simple way that you can actually score your business. It's like doing an audit. It's a do-it-yourself
Okay.
audit on your business around the
Mm-hmm.
Seeds framework. Sandra, I
Mm-hmm.
forgot to tell you that is the free gift that you have actually, well, you haven't received it yet, but you will be receiving it as a member of the
Perfect.
Seeds
Perfect.
community. It is a new
Brilliant.
product that I've launched. So I've got a launch offer available from now
Brilliant.
until the 31st of October. But anybody who comes into the Seeds community as a member, I will give this to you as a free gift. Now, because it's a tool that you can use, the idea is you will use it on a quarterly basis at the minimum. It will then give you a very, very clear way of looking at the areas in your business that need attention over the next 30 days. And then because it's do it yourself, you just rinse and repeat. So this is a very small investment for a tool that you can use over and over again in your business. You can actually have 15-minute check-ins with me if you want to discuss, and there will be Success Saturday sessions as well, where we can do a deep dive on our numbers. So that's all coming up for
Wow,
me
exciting.
and the Seeds
Oh,
community,
perfect.
Sandra.
Perfect. Yeah, lovely. That's exciting. Good stuff.
Brilliant. But this toolkit is going to help that decision-making process because time, I always say this, time is not something that you can actually manage. Okay, it is an illusion. If you feel that you can manage time, then you're kidding yourself. You can't manage time. But what you can do, I feel, is you can make a decision every single day when you wake up. How am I going to show up as the best version of myself for this day with the time that I've got?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that's when we need to have focus. We need to have direction so that we're making the right decisions throughout the day, so that by the end of the day, you can look and think, wow, did I make the most of this day? Did I get out of this day what I really wanted to achieve?
True.
So we'll tell you more about that as I develop it.
Yeah, it sounds exciting. That I think that's quite good. Right?
I know. Well, to
Yeah.
be fair, like I said, it's all ready. I've tested it out on myself, obviously, and I'm like, whoa. I'm a
Yes.
bit of a nerd behind the scenes, Sandra. So I've used my project management and my risk management as
Yes.
experience to develop
Wow.
something that will be, beneficial for people
Useful.
moving forwards. So
Perfect.
now,
Perfect.
gosh, this leads me on to systems and operations. It's the S in Seeds, systems and
All right.
operations. You've touched on it a little bit yourself in terms of how you're managing your day. Did you want to talk to us? I mean, running a care business, the systems and the operations, obviously you're taking it to another level, aren't you, in terms of regulation and stuff there?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. We are CQC registered company, which is the Care Quality Commission. So we are regulated by the Care Quality Commission. So there are, specific things we have to put in place. I don't want to bore you about all that, but yeah, there are specific policies, and we need to, there's a framework that we need to adhere to anyway as a care business. But so we've got that bit done as a business to make sure that we are compliant with that. Another thing, again, I would say with the systems is we've got things like the rota. With my business being a respite business, so it's not like an everyday we have to see the same person every day at the same time. Same time, it's all different. So we've got a diary that we plug in. So if we've got a carer who's coming, who needs a break at a certain time, so we block that time for carers as well.
Can you just repeat
Sorry.
that, Sandra? Because can you just repeat that? Because from what I could hear, the signal broke up a little bit. Just tell us
Or
that part again.
so I don't know if you heard about the CQC registration.
Yeah, I heard all that, but
We
it
had
was
that
the
one.
part afterwards.
All right, about being a respite business, it's not the processes, our daily processes are not the same like every other business that you do the same things, the same clients every day. Ours is different because it's as per need really, and per allocated hours as well. So what we do is we are in touch with the carers, so they'll tell us when they're available. So we've got a diary which matches the availability of the carers of the care that we need to give, and the carers are available as well. That has to match. So we've got quite a few, including me, but we've also got quite a lot of carers on our. They are on zero contract. Or a little plug. We are also employing. If you're interested in being a carer for Modern Life Healthcare, but yeah, we've got a database of quite a lot of carers who are available at different times. So we have to match. So when a job comes in, we have to match with the availability of the carer who might be available to do that job, and you also have to made to fit as well. So that's how our systems have to comply with. They have to go hand in hand with each other there, and we have to make sure that it doesn't. Because imagine if somebody's made their own plans, and then this care doesn't turn up. So we've always got a backup as well. If this one doesn't come up, what are we gonna do with this one? What are we gonna do with this? Because we can't afford any mistakes really, because they will have made their own plans, and that will, because if one of the, it's like a jigsaw puzzle, or a loophole puzzle. So if one of the blocks go out unaligned, it will affect everything. So we have to make sure that everything goes along seamlessly.
I love it. I love what you just explained, that last section about everything needs to be in alignment. Because, what we're seeing is the operational function of a business isn't necessarily
Mm,
something that everybody's got access to. You started off
mm,
that part of the conversation saying, oh, I won't bore you with the details. But
mm,
actually, the fact that you are registered with the Quality
mm,
Care Commission, that is
mm,
showing the credibility of the business, it's showing
mm,
that the
mm,
safeguarding
mm.
aspects are in place and everything
There,
like that.
yes. Mm,
Now, what you've just said at the end is actually applicable across all businesses. It doesn't matter whether you're in the care business like yourself, or you
mm,
could be in another type of business. The
mm,
operational functions are
mm,
essential. These are the things that your clients, your customers,
mm,
even your contractors and
mm,
collaborators are not seeing. But if
mm,
those systems and procedures are not in place at the back, that's
mm,
where, like you said, if one thing isn't in alignment, it can
mm.
actually have an impact on another
And
area
the
of the
other.
business. So I love that. Thank you
Mm.
so much for sharing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
All right then, Sandra. So we're going to be wrapping up now.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is, like I said, post out the link for your next, or your first event, actually.
Hmm.
So is there a name for the event? What are we calling it?
It's coffee morning for carers.
Coffee Morning for Carers. Okay, so the
Mm,
first one's coming up on the 13th of October. I will leave the
mm,
link underneath. Like I
mm,
said, Sandra, she's a new member of the Seeds
mm,
community, but
mm.
we're getting on fantastically
I'm
well. Is there
enjoying it.
anything
Yeah.
that you
Great.
wanted to share about your experience of working with me, Sandra?
I think honestly, I'm not just saying it because I'm on a podcast with Vanessa. I was actually mentioning it actually, Vanessa, when you were not there with one of my friends, and I said, I've joined this group, and this lady, Vanessa, I think you're amazing. And I have, especially, I'm sure you know anyway, when we first met, my care business, it was like I've it was taking like a little back burner kind of thing, and the ideas that I had that you opened me up to, since being in this community, I'd never thought of them. The coffee mornings, all this, and I find myself actually enjoying it more and more. And I always say it's always good to do a business and enjoy it, because even the money, obviously the business, so the money is involved, but if you're enjoying it, it makes 100% every difference. And when you've got people that are there for you, to support you, that open new horizons for you, I mean, it's amazing. Collaborations, amazing. I've got some more collaborations coming, and I know this is just the beginning, but honestly, Vanessa, you're doing an amazing job, and keep doing what you do.
Oh, thank you so much, Sandra. I absolutely love
Mm,
that feedback because I
mm,
totally agree with you. For me, you do have to have that enjoyment and that
mm,
excitability. I'm just growing this community. I'm not anywhere near where my vision,
100%.
sees what we can do
I can
here.
see.
But things are moving in the right direction. People are
Mm,
coming in and they're getting my sprinkle, and
mm,
it's working. So, I'm
100%.
just like, well, let's just keep going, because ultimately, if I can
Mm,
play a small role in the lives of people like
mm,
yourself, who are, you're doing
mm,
massive things in the community that's going
mm,
to have a positive
mm.
impact to other
Impact.
people. If I could say,
Mm,
wow, I've just had a very, very small part of that, then that gives me
mm,
joy in my heart. So I'm
mm.
very grateful to have met you and have this opportunity to
Thank
support
you.
you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. It's
All
been a
right,
pleasure,
then,
honestly.
oh,
Yeah.
bless you.
Yeah.
So it's been
Yeah.
wonderful to have this conversation with you. It is a
Likewise.
perk of being a member of the Seeds
Mm,
community. So, we're
mm.
going to be having this conversation again in the future. And by
Okay.
that time, you're going to be telling us how things have
Bigger.
progressed. Oh, yeah, I can feel it already. You're going to tell us about the next things that are coming up for you. You will
Mm,
also have your own stories and testimonials that you can
mm.
bring back and
Yeah.
share with us, and we can
Mm,
celebrate in your joy as you are
yeah.
making a difference out in the community. So
Yeah.
is there anything that you wanted to leave us with, Sandra? Like, even just thinking, if somebody's listening in as a carer, what would your
Mm.
message be for them today?
I would say don't be on your own. Don't suffer. There's so much benefits in being part of a community. Not only as a business, but also even as a carer. You need to have, there's benefit with linking with like-minded people. And there's so many tips, like even for our first carers morning, I've prepared things like tips that can help, you'll make your life a bit easier. There's so many things that are available out there that the council don't even go out there and shout about it. So if you are within the network, you'll be able to find, and you meet with the people like that, you'll be able to find out all these tips that we're going to talk about on the 13th of October, and see what might be available for you that you probably don't even realize. But yeah, don't struggle on your own. There's so many things available for people that are carers, and it's just good to be part of a network. You don't have to come and do business with me. It's just even just getting into the group and getting to know other people. To me, that will mean so much to me as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. So if
Mm.
anybody wanted to get hold of you or follow you on social media, Sandra, where should we find you, please?
On Facebook, I've got and it's More Than Life Healthcare. You'll find us there. On WhatsApp, I'm actually there will be a link there, but on WhatsApp as well. If you can follow me on WhatsApp, because I'm going to create a WhatsApp group. I'm going to put the number. Do you want me to say the number now, or you're going to share it, aren't you,
No,
Vanessa?
I will leave the number. So whatever
Down.
you want to share,
Yeah,
whatever
on
you want me to
LinkedIn.
post,
Yeah,
or even comment yourself, Sandra, underneath the post that we've done
yeah,
today, and just
I'll do
leave the
that.
details. But I'll definitely
Mm,
put the link for the event. So I know that Sandra
mm,
set up a Facebook event for that. So
mm.
please, even if you can't make it, just press interested, and
Yes,
then
yes.
Sandra can send you a message so that
Mm,
she can get in contact with you for when the next
mm,
event is. I feel that
mm. Yeah.
sometimes what people are doing is they're kind of like holding back. maybe they're
Mm,
like, oh, I am kind of
mm.
interested, but I feel a bit shy. We're
No,
here
you're
to
very
help you. We're
welcome.
here to support you.
Mm,
So please
mm,
do let us know if anything that we've
mm,
said today is of interest to you.
mm,
Or again, it might not be you directly, but do
mm.
you know
You know
somebody who's a
someone.
carer in the
Mm,
Nottingham area who,
mm,
it would be good for an introduction for Sandra
mm, mm.
and Modern Life
Good.
Healthcare? So,
Yeah.
Sandra, it's been such a joy to have this
Thank
chat.
you.
And
Likewise.
thank you, my dear. Thank you so much for being here, sharing your
Mm,
story, sharing your
mm.
vision. I can't wait to see how everything works out for you.
Thank
You're
you. Thank
absolutely
you.
amazing. In fact, I'm just going to let everyone know Sandra did a talk in the business community that we are part of. I think it was about a
Mm.
month ago now. She blew us
Yeah.
away with her
Oh,
knowledge, her
thank you.
inspiration. I can't wait to
Thank
hear
you.
more from this incredible woman. So please
Thank
do
you.
follow Sandra. If you're
Thank
watching on LinkedIn, you can
you.
connect with her over there. If you're watching on Facebook, then, like I said, follow her over on the Modern Life Healthcare page, because there's
Mm.
definitely big things that will be coming out of that particular family business. How
Yes.
exciting!
Exciting stuff. Yeah. Oh, thank you
All right,
everyone for
Sandra.
watching as well.
Thank
Yeah.
you so
And
much,
hope to link
and
with
thank you
you.
for Yes. And thank you for, we do have people viewing. They didn't leave us a comment, but thank you so much for your time for viewing. If you
Mm.
haven't, if you're watching this on YouTube and you're not yet subscribed to my YouTube page, please could you like, share, and subscribe? I want to see my YouTube
Mm.
channel growing. And
Grow.
if you're watching this somewhere else and you wanted to leave a comment afterwards, I would appreciate it, because then it lets me know that you were here. All right,
Mm.
you take care of yourself, and we will speak to you very soon. Take care.
Oh,
Bye.
wonderful. Thank you. Bye bye.